Thank you. Hey, I just wanted to ask, is S26 Ultra display actually bad or just uncomfortable for some? It's definitely not bad. In fact, it's a really good display. But is it the best that Samsung has manufactured? In my opinion, no. In my opinion, the S25 Ultra has a better display. I will definitely hear the argument. Some would say the S24 Ultra has a better display. I'll hear you out on that too. And there are some good arguments people can make for that. Now, what Samsung did is they took their very best OLED panel, right? The M14 OLED panel. That's the very best OLED panel they make for mobile devices. And then they modified it to put the pixel shade, or what do they call it? Privacy shade in there, where it has to do with cones and activated cones, where it shoots the light emitting diode, the LED light, it emits up in a cone when it's activated. Remember when the Twin Towers fell in New York City, and at night they shined those lights straight up into the sky? It's sort of like that, just on a micro level, instead of shining outward like this. And that's why when it's activated and they shine those lights up at you, that's why you can only see it if you're directly looking at the panel. And when you look to the left, you can't see it. To the right, you can't see it up or down. Now, the display is not bad, but it is for some. And look, the actual number is probably very small, but it is for some bothersome. Now, for me, I don't have any issue with it. I'm on my phone a lot, and it doesn't bother me. I just never activate it, right? I made 1 or 2 videos and that's it. I don't take trains, planes, and automobiles, public. I don't have people snooping over my shoulder, so I don't ever use it. I'm actually looking at my phone right now. It's a good panel. I would not discourage you from buying it if that's your concern. And look, you can always buy it and then return it, right? If it's not, up to your standards, just return the damn thing. Screw it. Just wherever you get it, make sure you're aware of the return window. Some, like Amazon, give you 30 days. At the carrier, it's like, I think 2 weeks. Samsung, I think, is 2 weeks. So yeah, for some, it's giving. Some are saying there's 2 complaints. One is physical, and one they may be seeing stuff. Not calling them liars, I'm just saying everybody perceives stuff differently. But one thing for sure is it is giving a few, I say a few, maybe it's a couple thousand. The number is very small. Eye strain, headaches from the PWM, pulse width modulation, the way the screen refreshes. It is giving some headaches, some eye strain. And then other people are saying I guess I'm one of them, but to me, it's not a big deal, and I don't really notice it unless I have an S25 Ultra next to my S26 Ultra. Some say the display, even when the privacy shade is turned off, some say it's not fuzzy, but kind of grayish. You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe it's just not as vivid as the S25 Ultra, and that's for a reason, and that's a physical reason. Again, that's the way that they put the display. They had to modify that display. So again, they've sold a record number of these, and of course the people that it does not affect, like me, or let's just say an average person that doesn't have a YouTube channel, they're not going to say, if it does not affect them and they're okay with the screen, they're not going to say anything online. It's those people that it does affect that they'll go on Reddit and express their displeasure with the display, or they'll go on X or Twitter, or they'll go on Instagram, or, the people that do have a problem are going to say something. The people that don't have a problem are not going to say anything. So it's the few people that do have a problem is where you're probably seeing some online. But it's not a bad display, and I would certainly not discourage you from buying it if that's your only concern. Because here's the main point, and we'll move on. Chances are you're going to be fine with it. Let's be honest. They've sold 9 million of these things. I don't think about 9 million. I think probably 6 million, maybe 5 million so far. And out of those 5 million people, whatever the number is, out of those 5 million people, there's maybe 5,000 people where that it bothers. So the chances are like of that bothering you is like 0.01%. You see what I'm saying? So I wouldn't let that affect your purchase power of that device. If you have your eyes set on that, get it, enjoy it, and keep it rolling. It's a good device, and I'm not shitting on Samsung. I guess it kind of sounds like I was a few minutes ago, but they do provide a good product, but there is a better product out there, and that's the problem. That's why Samsung looks like they're not bringing everything to the table this year, is because you have this Oppo over here that just came out the gates busting, just busting out the seams with spec wise. So, but if you want to get yours through a carrier, believe me, I get it. Because when you buy from GiveStop, if you get an Oppo phone, and of course you can pay by credit card, but it's not the same. You can't, put it on your phone plan. Very easy. All right. I've purchased phones at a carrier. So, but I get this. Maybe you have a Samsung tablet, maybe you have Samsung earbuds and you just want to roll with Samsung. If that's fine with you, go for it. I think it's a good phone if that's what you're looking for. You just switched on the S26 Ultra. You just switched from S26 Ultra from Pixel 10 Pro, and I have noticed a huge difference. Now, what's the difference? You're talking about in display, in camera quality, in good or bad? What differences have you noticed? I'd be interested to hear your input. From Pixel to Samsung? Yeah. After seeing what Oppo has put out, it certainly does not live up to the Ultra name. Let's be honest, right? And that's what I'm talking about. Like, would I say that? And I question myself sometimes too. I'm like, damn, if Samsung like had me on payroll or sent me every flagship phone, would I say that? I think I would. But here's the thing. If you say that, maybe the Samsung, well, speaking of MKBHD, maybe Samsung will let you slide in one video. But if you say that in like 2 videos back to back, or you say that consistently, they'll probably cut partnership or make you start paying for phones. And that's the messed up thing. MKBHD is probably making $1 million a month, something like that, in revenue and ad revenue and sponsorship deals. He can afford to buy these phones. But people like me, where I'm trying to do all I can just to stay on top of these phones, that's a big deal for smaller YouTube channels. They do that. Like, I'm not just singling out Samsung, but these companies do that. There'll be those. In fact, well, it's not that I talk bad about them. Spectrum sent me an iPhone 16 Pro Max last year. I never used the damn thing, and they were like, can we have our phone back? And I was like, sure, whatever. So, it's that dilemma. But yes, getting back to your point, it's not. It's just not. It's just not. So, and look, competition is good for us, the consumer. That means with the S27 series, Samsung better bring it, or else all of us are going to call them out for saying, really? Because remember, they're expected to raise the prices next year a little bit, $50, $100, no more than $150. I think it's going to be about $100. But if they're going to raise the price on us and they're not going to bring top-notch specs, yeah, they're going to get called out. Now, we know the word came out that they're already going to put UFS 5.0 storage in there. We know it's getting LPDDR6 RAM. So it's going to be a good performer. My issue with Samsung phones, well, I take that back. We don't know about the display, although I'm sure I did get word they're going to put the next generation M16 OLED panel in the S27 series. But please, Lord, don't mess it up with the whole privacy shade thing. But no, they got to bring it camera wise. I'm assuming they're going to provide a 10-bit display this year, because they got blasted for that earlier a couple of months ago. So they'll have UFS 5.0 storage. They'll have LPDDR6 RAM. I'm assuming they're going to have a 10-bit display. I want them to bring it with the cameras. It's been so many years we've been and I mentioned this at the beginning of the stream, so many years where I'm okay with the mediocre camera quality and video quality, right? And it shouldn't be that way. No, we need to voice our opinions. You, I, on YouTube, on Reddit, on X, on Instagram. We need to let them know this is not acceptable, right? So we'll have to wait and see. I'm hoping this is the last year they bring half-ass specs to the table. The S24 Ultra has the best display even. Yeah, I think so. Like either S24 or S25. The only thing the S25, in my opinion, that has over the S24 Ultra, because technically they are the same display, the M13 OLED panel. They're the same. But the S25 Ultra has that privacy shade. No. Take that back. Not privacy shade. Anti-reflection in there. And I know the S24 Ultra does too, but they cranked it up a little bit on the S25 series. Grainy. That's the word I was looking for. Grainy. Thank you. You bought OnePlus 15 at the same time. I ordered the S26 Ultra and had the OnePlus with 1.5K display. It looks better, you're saying. I think so too. The S26 Ultra has like a grainy pixelated display. S25 Ultra was definitely better. I agree. In fact, you know what? I think the display I think the display on the S25 Plus is better. And that's not a bad thing. It has a good display. But it just goes to show you, they kind of messed stuff up with this privacy thing.